The story of celebrities is always filled with glamour, heartbreak, resilience, and inspiration. And when we think of some of the most talked about relationships in modern pop culture, the names Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez instantly surface because their love story captured the attention of millions. Worldwide, sparking endless debates, admiration, heartbreak, and curiosity. Fans from every corner of the globe followed their journey like a real-life movie, and for many, it felt like they were growing up with them both as individuals and as a couple. Selena Gomez, who began as a child star on Disney Channel, grew into one of the most influential voices in music and acting, while Justin Bieber, the Canadian kid discovered on YouTube, skyrocketed to superstardom practically overnight. With his baby single and charming personality, their lives collided at a young age, and what began as a sweet teenage romance evolved into one of the most scrutinized on-again, off-again relationships in celebrity history. People wanted to know everything about them, from their smiles on red carpets to their quiet dinners to their emotional breakups, because they represented not just love, but also the struggles of navigating fame, relationships, and personal growth under a microscope. While their chemistry was undeniable, their journey was marked by challenges such as conflicting schedules, trust issues, and the overwhelming pressure that comes with being two of the most famous people in the world. Selena, in particular, often found herself torn between love and self-preservation, and as she matured, she began to prioritize her happiness, mental health, and career over the turbulence that came with her romance with Justin. This decision became more evident when Justin remained in contact with Hailey Baldwin, now Hailey Bieber, which fueled even more speculation and tension, leading Selena to draw boundaries and eventually walk away. But what makes this story so important is not just the breakup itself. It is the lessons it holds about love, resilience, and the importance of choosing oneself when a situation no longer feels safe, supportive, or healthy. Selena has been open about the emotional abuse she experienced within the relationship, shedding light on the darker side of young love in the spotlight, and her courage in speaking about it has empowered countless fans worldwide who may have faced similar struggles beyond the heartbreak. Selena flourished, focusing on her music, her acting, her health journey, and her philanthropy. She became a symbol of strength, reminding people that sometimes letting go is not about losing, but about gaining peace, growth, and clarity. And this theme resonates across the world of celebrities, where countless stars have faced similar crossroads, because behind the flashing cameras and glamorous lifestyles, they too are human beings facing real emotions, challenges, and decisions. As the world watched the relationship between Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, it was clear that their connection was more than just another celebrity fling, because there was history, familiarity, and genuine affection between them. Yet when we peel back the layers, we see that the romance was also heavily tested by the pressures of fame. With Justin rising rapidly to become a global superstar by his late teens, he was thrust into a whirlwind of constant tours, screaming fans, paparazzi chasing him at every corner, and an industry that expected him to maintain perfection at all times, while Selena also faced her own demanding schedule with Disney Channel commitments, music releases, film roles, and later health battles, including lupus. The strain of their schedules created a natural distance, one that many couples experience, but amplified to extreme levels by fame and exposure. And in between the chaos of airports, concerts, red carpets, and constant public appearances, they struggled to find stability. Fans coined their relationship Jelena, and for years that name became almost synonymous with young celebrity love. But behind the nickname and the glamour, there were unresolved issues brewing, because love was present but trust was fragile. Selena later revealed in interviews that she often felt belittled or dismissed in the relationship, sharing how difficult it was to feel secure when rumors about Justin being linked to other women surfaced constantly. And while Justin himself admitted to struggles with temptation, mistakes, and immaturity, the ongoing cycle of making up and breaking up only deepened the scars and complicated their bond. Selena ultimately had to reflect on whether she was losing herself in the process, and that self-reflection became the turning point. She began to realize that love should not come at the expense of her peace or her self-worth, and that sometimes holding on to someone you love can actually hurt more than letting go. As her career began to flourish independently, she leaned more into projects that gave her a sense of identity. Outside of the relationship, her music began reflecting her experiences with heartbreak, pain, and healing songs like "The Heart Wants What It Wants" and later "Lose You to Love." Me offered fans a window into her emotional journey. And those songs did not only express her feelings, they resonated with millions who had experienced similar heartbreak, making Selena not just a pop star but a relatable friend to her fans on the other side. Justin, too, was going through his own transformation, struggling with his mental health, battling with fame, making public mistakes that often became headlines, and dealing with the weight of being scrutinized by the world. At such a young age, their paths, though intertwined, were heading in different directions, and this realization further cemented why Selena had to walk away. Even though her decision was not easy, it became necessary for her healing growth and eventual rediscovery of herself as the timeline moved forward. The world kept watching every single move between Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber, with tabloids magnifying their highs and lows, and fans on social media constantly speculating about whether they were truly done or secretly still in love. The push and pull dynamic became part of pop culture itself, with sightings of them together, sparking global conversations, and every breakup sparking heartbreak among fans who believed in their love story. But deep down, Selena began to recognize that her well-being could not be tied to the unpredictability of someone else's journey, because while Justin was navigating his fame, struggles, and personal challenges, she was simultaneously building a life that required stability and strength. Selena started to invest more energy into her artistry, releasing powerful music that reflected her inner world, and pouring her heart into acting projects while also becoming more open about her health journey, sharing with fans her lupus diagnosis and the eventual kidney transplant that saved her life. These moments showed that her battles went far beyond just love and heartbreak. They were about survival, resilience, and redefining strength. And while the public was fascinated with whether she would reunite with Justin, Selena's inner transformation began teaching her that she deserved a relationship that honored her emotional needs rather than drained them. She described the relationship as emotionally abusive, not to vilify but to acknowledge that she often felt trapped in cycles of emotional ups and downs that left her depleted. And while Justin later acknowledged his mistakes and openly talked about the challenges he faced with fame, temptation, and his own mental health, their journeys simply no longer aligned in a way that could sustain a healthy bond. And when Justin's friendship with Hailey Baldwin grew into something deeper, Selena realized that his path had truly diverged from hers, and this was a painful but clarifying truth, that her love story with him had served its season, but it was not meant to be her forever. Her decision to walk away for good became an act of reclaiming her self-worth, her independence, and her chance to find happiness on her own terms. And though the breakup devastated fans who had invested so much in the Jelena narrative, Selena's choice modeled something greater. The reminder that sometimes choosing yourself is the bravest and most necessary step of all. And when Selena Gomez finally stepped away from Justin Bieber for good, it marked not only the closing of a chapter in her life, but also the beginning of her self-rediscovery journey, because she openly admitted in interviews that she had endured emotional challenges in that relationship, and that leaving was one of the best decisions for her health and growth. And her fans admired her honesty as she began to channel her pain into music that spoke volumes about strength, resilience, and healing. With songs like Lose You to Love Me, which became an anthem for anyone who had walked away from love in order to find themselves. And the success of that track proved that Selena could transform personal heartbreak into universal empowerment, and as she took time to focus on acting, producing, and philanthropy, she reminded everyone that she was not defined by her past relationships, but by the way she rose above them. And this is something we see repeatedly in the world of celebrities, where heartbreaks often become stepping stones to even bigger triumphs, like Taylor Swift, who famously turned her experiences with love and loss into record-breaking albums that not only dominated the charts, but also connected deeply with millions who felt seen in her lyrics, or like Jennifer Lopez, who after several public breakups still kept her confidence high, reinventing her career with every era from acting to producing to global tours, showing that reinvention is the true mark of survival in entertainment. And while Justin Bieber himself continued to face scrutiny over his personal life, his eventual marriage to Hailey Baldwin proved to be another complex chapter one, where he sought stability, love, and a fresh chance at building a future away from the chaos of his early fame. And Selena Gomez, meanwhile, focused on projects that highlighted her advocacy for mental health founding initiatives, and speaking openly about her struggles with anxiety and lupus, to remind her fans that vulnerability is strength, and that fame does not shield anyone from life's toughest battles. And it is in this vulnerability that celebrities like Selena resonate, because they show that even in glittering gowns and dazzling lights, they are still human beings searching for peace, happiness, and authenticity, just like everyone else. And when we look back at the story of Selena and Justin, it becomes more than just celebrity gossip. It becomes a lesson in knowing when to walk away, how to grow from love lost, and how to use the spotlight not just for glamour, but for sharing truths that can inspire others, all while continuing to achieve greatness across industries from fashion to film to music, making their legacy much larger than any single relationship could ever define. And while Selena Gomez was redefining her life and career with courage and authenticity, her story naturally connects with other celebrities who have faced similar battles with public relationships and personal struggles, like Demi Lovato, who endured years of challenges with mental health and addiction, but transformed her journey into a platform for awareness and empowerment, inspiring fans around the world to speak openly about their own battles. Or Miley Cyrus, who, after her high-profile split from Liam Hemsworth, refused to let heartbreak define her, instead channeling her emotions into bold albums like Plastic Hearts that showcased her resilience and unapologetic artistry, reminding us that strength often comes from embracing change rather than fearing it. And in the same way, Lady Gaga openly discussed her experiences with trauma and chronic pain, yet continued to reinvent herself through music, acting, and philanthropy, proving that even the most glamorous stars face unseen challenges and yet rise above them with grace and grit. And this pattern of overcoming hardships to create beauty resonates across the globe, from K-pop sensations like BTS, who have spoken honestly about the pressures of fame while using their platform to spread messages of self-love, to icons like Shakira, who balanced personal upheaval with a dazzling career comeback, reminding fans everywhere that the world's brightest stars shine even brighter after surviving storms. And looping back to Selena Gomez, her growth from a young Disney star to a respected singer, actress, and producer is not just about surviving heartbreak with Justin Bieber, but about proving that self-love and prioritizing mental health are more valuable than clinging to relationships that no longer serve happiness. And while Justin himself took a different path, finding solace in Hailey Bieber and expressing his journey through music, Selena reminded the world that walking away can sometimes be the bravest choice, and together their stories reflect the larger theme of celebrity life, where triumphs and struggles intertwine to create narratives that inspire millions to believe in second chances, comebacks, and the power of reinvention.